Hey guys, what's up? This is Hunter SC, and I swear it is like 42 degrees Celsius outside, and for you American viewers, 42 degrees Celsius is like 110 Fahrenheit approximately. As these two players sort of just banter back and forth. Luckily they made Protoss minigun trolls. Indeed, God forbid you lose every game you ever played. EG.IdrA responds, and apparently Minigun agrees. It's hard for me to build the suspense about who's playing in this matchup because these guys are chatting away, but at the 6 o'clock position, as the Green Zerg player in this tournament matchup from MLG, we have Evil Genius as EG.IdrA. EG.IdrA is the best Zerg player outside of Korea. No question about it. He's an absolute beast. His opponent spawning at the 12 o'clock position as the turquoise, teal, light blue, whatever you want to call it, Protoss player from the team Root Gaming. We have Minigun. Minigun, I've never casted one of his games before. I honestly don't follow a lot of the Root guys. I like Root Destiny, but I don't really, follow many of the other players. I know that Minigun's a very prominent streamer. He's got a very popular stream, but other than that, I don't have a lot of information on him. Either way, I would definitely illustrate EG.IdrA as a favorite in this particular matchup. They are in Metalopolis, and they have spawn cross positions. This is the MLG version of Metalopolis, characterized by the supply depot at the bottom of the ramp. Of course, that prevents you from doing any really cheesy wall-off tactic. And also on this MLG map, you can only spawn in cross position, as they've spawned today, or you can spawn close by air, but you can't spawn close by foot, unlike the latter version of this match. As we see EG.IdrA going pool first, let's keep an eye out, see if he's going to get an extractor, or if he's just going to get a hatchery and sort of delay gas a little bit. We'll have to wait and see. I'd say he's probably going to get an extractor pretty soon, though. Extractor, are we going to see one? Hatchery has gone down. Come on, EG.IdrA, what are you going to do? I assume he's going to get an extractor soon. We'll just have to wait and see. Gateway is complete at the top of the ramp. Another pylon near the Nexus. Second assimilator on the way. And the cybernetics core are going to set up a nearly complete wall off. Now, of course, you just put a zealot right here. And, yeah, put that zealot on hold position and you got a complete wall off. So we do have an extractor. And we're probably just going to see EG.IdrA mine 100 gas, get metabolic boost, and sort of call it a day for the extractor. I don't know why I said call it a day. What I really meant to say was he's going to take those probes off, or those drones off of the extractor after he starts that speed upgrade. Let's take a look at EG.IdrA's vision. He's got one overlord over here, which is probably going to scoot around and keep an eye on the expansion of the Protoss player Minigun. Another overlord just sort of on the high ground. And a couple of Zerglings out already. How many Zerglings does he have out? Just the 2. Okay, back at Minigun's base, chrono boosting out the initial Stalker, and of course he does have that Zealot in on-hold position, as I mentioned before. Now, we actually saw this little trick used in the last video. It was a very similar game to this one, but there was a drone that was able to ghost walk through the Zealot. Now, ghost walking is if you right-click a mineral patch or a friendly assimilator, you can walk through any ground unit. It's like the same principle that you see these mining workers. They're just running right through each other. I don't want to harp on that for too much longer. Creep beginning to spread as well. Just going to attach the main and the natural. Second queen out already. EG.IdrA has mainerded about 5, or exactly 5 drones down to the natural. No more gas being mined here. You can see EG.IdrA pulled those drones off just about as perfectly as you can get, as noted by his resource bank up there. And metabolic boost on the way. Any units lost? Apparently the Zerg player EG.IdrA has lost 1 drone. The sentry now gonna just wall, take the role of the zealot. Let's take a look at Minigun's vision. Okay, so he is putting some poking pressure on here. No severe damage. Let's see, do either of these units even have a kill? The Stalker has 1 kill, so that Stalker probably just killed that scouting drone a few moments ago. Let's take a look at what vision EG.IdrA actually has. He knows, yeah, nothing too exciting. He knows about the double assimilators, and that's an important piece of intel for sure. 2 more gateways, so 3 gate total with warp gate research on the way. Minigun using some chrono boost on that, putting a pylon down on the low ground, so it looks like Minigun is going to take his natural expansion very shortly, and these Zerglings without their wings are probably going to try to deny that Nexus as best they can, but with 2 sentries, a Zealot and a Stalker out, I don't think that they're going to be able to do too much damage. Now they do have their wings. Let's see what they can actually do. Doesn't look like EG.IdrA is interested in putting, you know, just too much pressure, or like overcommitting with those speedlings. Twilight Council's complete, and we have a Dark Shrine on the way. So let's see how EG.IdrA is going to be able to react to this Dark Shrine. Of course, EG.IdrA has no idea about this, and he's not going to know about it. Oh, unless this Overlord gets in range. This is very important, but look at this. Heads up play. Minigun reacts very well. 2 sentries in the stock are going to easily deal with that Overlord. EG.IdrA able to snipe the pylon. Oh, he could have sniped the pylon. It probably would have been worth it. It would have it would have supply capped minigun for sure, actually. It probably would have been worth taking that out. I mean, there were 60 hit points left on that. I don't know. Bit of a trade-off, bit of a close call. The 3rd hatchery down here at this 4 o'clock base is now complete. EG.IdrA going to be securing, you know, a pretty solid economic advantage. Let's take a look at the worker counts. There you go, 50 drones. 51 drones soon compared to 34 probes right now. But the Dark Shrine nearly complete. Where's your proxy pylon minigun? Right over here at the 2 o'clock main base. Going to be able to warp in DTs on the low ground. And minigun doesn't know about that 3rd, but he should check the 3rd. He should ideally, let's see, what kind of resources... well, I don't need to count the resources anymore. Minigun had enough for 2 Dark Templar. Ideally, it would be good to, you know, send 1 DT to this 3rd base, send another DT to the natural. Is there a lair tech out? Yes, of course. Are there overseers in position? Doesn't look like it yet. No, definitely not. So it's really going to come down to these Dark Templar and how much damage they are able to do. So far, doing a ton of damage to the worker line. Let's see here, 5 kills on the Mentor, 4 kills on the Disciple. No more DTs being warped in or anything. EG.IdrA's getting lots of upgrades. He's getting +1 missile. He's getting Overlord speed. He's getting Roach speed. Finally, there is an Overseer out. So this Overseer here is going to fall. And yeah, again, he had about 6 kills, I do believe. This, God, why can't I speak today? This DT now up to 8 kills. He is a Mentor. But this Overseer now in position, gonna make it pretty easy for these speedlings to dispose of the Dark Templar. And this Overlord spots the proxy pylon. Overlord speed now complete. And, you know, those DTs did do quite a bit of damage. I guess EG.IdrA's not going to try to... Oh, yep, he's going to get him. He's going to get him. This DT is done. Done so. Okay, so that DT dies with 8 kills. Spine Crawler going up. Auxiliary Hatchery as well. And this queen's got some extra larvae, so he's so that she can afford to larva inject both hatcheries. At least the first time around. Chrono Boost being used on that +1 attack for Minigun's army, and we are going to be looking at production from 7 gateways and 1 robotics facility. Blink research on the way as well. And another Dark Templar moving out now. No, oh, this one does actually have 5 kills. So maybe it got some speedling kills before. I don't think this Dark Templar has done any worker line harassment yet, but there's the Overseer, there's the Spine Crawler, and this DT, yeah, is not long for this world, as Artosis likes to say at the GSL. Now, we are seeing lots of Chrono Boosts being dumped onto the upgrades. I like to do that as well, especially if you're going like Double Forge or something like that, and you have 2 or 3 Nexus, and you know, if you're having trouble staying on top of your Chrono Boost, you can dump Chrono Boost on, you know, just any upgrades that you have going. In this case, Blink just finished. We're getting +1 attack. Probably going to go for +2 attack shortly as well. I see that very common in PvZ these days. You're going to have a proxy pylon here, and it looks like ROOT.Minigun is posturing up for an attack. But you know what? EG.IdrA at 123 supply, ROOT.Minigun at 106. EG.IdrA's got good creep spread. He's got 4 hatcheries. He's got a ton of income. Harvester count 77 compared to 57 in EG.IdrA's favor. That Overseer gets sniped. Now would be maybe a good time to incorporate another Dark Templar into the army composition. I love Dark Templars just in your standard Protoss Warp Gate ball. It's really good to include them, in my opinion. This big attack on the 3rd base here. These force fields are very useful. They're really holding a lot of the roaches back. they're allowing these Stalkers just to do a tremendous amount of damage. Guardian Shield going to be pretty favorable versus Hydras and Roaches as well. Could get that +2 armor. Minigun trying to just sort of slice his Stalkers and warp back the weakened ones. Just try to optimize his attack here, do as much damage as possible. But you know what? In my opinion, Minigun just has left EG.IdrA for too long. Once EG.IdrA is on 4 bases, you know, 4 bases at the 14-minute mark, you know, it's going to be pretty hard to sort of come back. Got some Overlords here as well. Just keeping an eye on Minigun's base. Now this is that Dark Templar I like. A couple kills on that DT, but there's the Overseer, and lucky for Minigun, he is able to escape just barely with that Dark Templar. These Stalkers doing a lot of damage. Let's take a look at the units lost tab. Very close. These players are within 300 resources of each other. The worker count still favoring EG.IdrA, but not even by that much. So you know what? This game has evened out quite a bit. The only difference is on the army tab. Yeah, I mean 138 supply compared to 102, and just having 4 hatcheries is really going to just be some crazy production rates for EG.IdrA. So it is a close match. I'm really not sure who's going to win. What is EG.IdrA trying with these Overlords? He's not doing any more drop play, I don't think. He's got this one Overlord full of Roaches. It'd be nice to see some sort of like Baneling bombs or something like that. I think that's something that's been evolving a lot lately. Fill an Overlord with Banelings and then, you know, do carpet bombs on the mineral lines. It really forces your opponent to multitask. Look at this Changeling. This guy's imposter. But these Stalkers doing some damage. Dark Templar in the mix over here. Those Dark Templar do get taken out. And now the Protoss army forced back as well with these Roaches, and EG.IdrA just this macro beast. EG.IdrA is really securing a really strong lead at this point. I mean, it was close a couple minutes ago, but as a Protoss player who's stuck on 2 base, like, you know, we're getting into 16, 17 minutes into the game, you gotta do some really significant damage or you're just gonna lose. You're gonna get out-macroed. 3 queens. I thought maybe EG.IdrA might have gone for a 4th queen, but, you know, not necessary. Even with 4 hatcheries producing, and even some bonus creep on the ground there. EG.IdrA rallying lots of forces in. Roaches at the front. He's got an Overseer overhead for, of course, detection for those Dark Templar. These Hydras just do a ton of damage. Hydra is absolutely vicious against gateway armies, and Minigun is forced to call GG. So that was actually a really close game. Even the Dark Templar harassment, really quite effective. But, you know, as we sort of approach the mid-game portion in the final 5 minutes or so, EG.IdRA's, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4 hatcheries. And, of course, EG.IdrA just so sharp with the macro. Just allowed him to have just such a tremendous army advantage and sealed him that victory. This was game 1. Maybe I'll take a look at games 2 and 3. Sometimes I like to, you know, just cast lots of, you know, different games. And from the videos that I put up, it seems like that's what you guys prefer as well. Like if I put up all 3 games of a best of 3, or I put, you know, 3 distinct matches featuring different players, I find that the distinct matches with new players often is a bit more popular with you guys. So we'll see. But I'll be casting more today. Definitely check out the interview I uploaded this morning. I think I've mentioned this in my last video too. It was an interview with EG Machine. I'll put a link to that in the description. Machine's a really nice guy, and I got to just, you know, hang out with him at MLG Columbus and chat for a bit. And my girlfriend took a video of us talking for about 10 minutes. I didn't have a microphone, which was a little unfortunate, but, you know, I did some noise canceling stuff, and it sounds okay. It's not perfect, but whatever. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this. Didn't mean to babble too much at the end here. If you enjoy the content, subscribe. If you really want to support me, go follow me on Twitter, man. I really appreciate the followers that I get there. That's twitter.com/HunterStarcraft. And keep an eye out for more of my videos tomorrow morning. Thanks a lot for tuning in, guys. Peace out.